Look at the absolute meltdown that video game journalists are having over PalWorld. It's absolutely ridiculous. Like, there is no justification for it. The only thing that I can think of is that they are livid due to the fact that they're not the ones that allowed it to be popular. And, you know, usually they will go, it's like, oh my god, the game is so racist, you guys. Oh, the game is so sexist on your transphobia in written format on your computer. Oh, it is so dangerous and so harmful. Oh, prevent your mother from seeing it because she may have a meltdown like we're doing. That's usually the argument. The thing with PalWorld, there aren't any of those arguments because it's just animals. It's like, oh no, how can we talk about representation? How can we talk about diversity? It is the only thing we know how to talk about. What if we actually had to talk about video games for once? What if we actually had to talk about the gameplay? Can we imagine? Oh, the horror! This is literally how the game journalists are behaving, right? So they can't talk about gameplay. They can't talk about bugs. They can't talk about any of that shit. They need to complain about something. And look at how this article is written, right? It's not good enough or bad enough to warrant us losing our collective minds. They literally think that you are the ant people and they are the ones that are controlling how the community should behave. Like, they generally think that they're capable of puppeteering you. And the problem is with individuals like Reset Ira, they are puppeteering them. Right? But for the rest of us normal folk that are capable of making our own decisions, we see a video game, we look at it, and we get to decide for ourselves if we want to play it or not. And if we enjoy it, we decide for ourselves if we want to make the extra step and join a community. And to talk about the game, to share our experiences with the game, right? But the journalists don't want that. The journalists want, it's like, okay, you guys, now, today, you're going to play Resident Evil 2 Remake and you're going to fucking enjoy it. Now, you go and you play The Last of Us and you salivate over that sex scene with Abby because it is the best sex scene ever made in any video game. Now, you're going to enjoy the bear sex from Baldur's Gate. Now, you're going to go and you're going to complain about Hogwarts, right? Like, this is how the video game journalists view themselves. It's almost like what we as the gamers are in a toxic relationship with the journalist who doesn't have the word you or I. It only says us, we, us. So, look at this shit, right? Like, sometimes a game will make it into public spotlight not because it's good or bad, but simply because it is. It captures a specific moment and gets a bunch of attention at a specific point in time. And PalWorld is one of those games. Do you have a source? Do you have a study? They usually like to ask that. No, of course not. No, like PalWorld, the reason it's popular is because many people saw the gameplay and they liked it. It's not like in this situation, you may have a point if you're talking about the coffin of Andy and Lele. Like that is indeed, you know, like it managed to capture a moment. Some social justice twats attacked the video game, and many other people bought it in order to defend the game maker, but it ended up being good, so more people bought it, right? Like that would be true. But the case of PalWorld isn't like that. The case of PalWorld is simply many people looked at the trailer, many people looked at the gameplay, they said, hey, this is something I want to play. It ended up growing exponentially to the point where it got advertised as one of the most played games on Steam, and at that point more people heard about it, right? So the game journalists are livid that they heard about it through word of mouth rather than them. And of course the journalists would never promote the game like this. Like, if you look at the journalists, they're like the extension of the PR team of AAA games. If it's not a AAA game, they don't give a fuck. Unless you happen to be friends with one of them, right? So, like, unless you happen to know a game journalist outside of the internet, and then maybe they will promote your indie project. But overwhelmingly, like, all they do is they push outrage, they push clickbait, and they promote AAA games. That's it. That's their industry. Look at this, calling PalWorld somewhat edgy. Like, are you insane? How can you say that PalWorld is edgy? Edgy would be something like South Park, but like dropping slurs. That would be edgy. You know, edgy is when you say that a game is giving money to J.K. Rowling and she's transphobic. That is edgy. There is absolutely nothing edgy with PalWorld. I don't mean dumb as an insult here. They're calling now the game dumb. In fact, it's a compliment. I can pretend that I am some bastion of fine taste as I like, but even I cannot deny the allure of blowing bad guys with chicken's explosive eggs. So in other words, like, they like it, but they can't actually give a good review for it. They have to trash talk it and say, well, it's edgy. Why? Because PETA says it's edgy, right? Because PETA cannot differentiate the fact from fiction, and they have to jump on every single bandwagon that's popular. Oh, the game is edgy because it lets you have, like, Pokemon-like creatures that work in the mines and shit. As a PC Gamer Zone Rich Stanton puts it, it's a game that promotes sheer fun. I love the fact that they put sheer fun in quotation marks, as if it's like a brand new concept. As if making a game that's just fun and entertaining is something that's like, I don't know, reinventing the wheel, I suppose? Depending on who you ask, that's either all games that are required to be, or paying deference to an antichrist of gaming. Yeah, I mean, the whole conversation about games being fun is, I think it started when the CEO of Sony said, no, our games are political, our games are supposed to change the world. And then you have, like, the CEO of Nintendo saying, no, our games are supposed to be fun. Yeah, I mean, I don't expect the presidential debates to happen on PlayStation, right? Like, I don't expect that everyone in the house needs to be quiet, this is serious, we're turning the PlayStation on. So, apparently, they say that one which tolls the bell for a gamepocalypse of AI-generated slop. I'm exaggerating, of course, but I feel the need to take a deep breath and say, I don't think PalWorld itself is worth the energy for good or for ill. So this person is playing the game and is basically saying that you shouldn't play it because he can't articulate why. Because it's fun, I guess, so you shouldn't play it. You know, go play your communist slop again. And also, like, the accusation of AI. Like, they absolutely love doing this, like, throwing the AI word around. They don't mention that the game was, the game started to be made before the AI even became a thing, right? So, like, this is a harmful and dangerous misinformation that's going around, that PalWorld uses AI. But the game was in production before AI was a thing. So, like, how do you explain that? The reason they're attacking with the AI angle is simply because that would get it banned off Steam, right? So, like, they're trying their best in order to push for that. And it's also the fact that the community is a little bit divisive. And, you know, like, some people do not like any type of AI, and they will not purchase or support the product that uses it. So that's the reason that they keep making the AI accusations. But anyway, right, let me know what you guys think. And as usual, I will see you in the comment section. Take care.